This might be a little bit of a triggering question for some people, but do you think that the resale side of sneakers, specifically with Eastside Golf, because that's the first one that I saw that was like, whoa, it's sold out and it's reselling.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think if you're into sneakers, you will always have a strong opinion slash love slash hate relationship with reselling because, ultimately you want the shoe and it's gone and you've got to pay more for it if you really want it. And it's
Yep.
unfortunately just, it's been a part of the game for a long time, even if it wasn't front and center like it is now.
Right.
But
Right.
at the same time, we also know that it drives a lot of, we know stores that resell their shoes ahead of time to like get the hype going. So like how much of that aspect of the sneaker kind of I don't know, it sounds bad, but sneaker programming needs to happen for those collaborations to kind of level up and maybe create new opportunities on the corporate side for somebody else to say, oh, that shoe sold out and people are still willing to pay for it. Let's do another one with, Trap Golf or,
Yeah.
like, because I do think it plays into it a little bit. I don't know if it's, I don't know how crucial it is. Sometimes I feel like it's a huge part of it. And sometimes I feel like good stuff does what it needs to do. If somebody makes a great product and tells a great story, it does what it needs to do, regardless of
Yeah.
the hype. But
No, well, one, I think that's a great question, and I haven't looked into it from that perspective. But if I'm just spitballing here, I do think it helps. I just don't know, but it would have to. I think it helps, and there's two ways of looking at that. It helps in the sense that it kind of generates that hype, and it needs to, but I also feel that hype needs to be generated within, like, from a B2B perspective as opposed to a C2C perspective. You know what I mean? Like that's where that energy needs to happen. So a business needs to see that the consumers are excited about it and then let that have an impact on their business and how they do business and how they approach the game of golf. So now if it just like the Eastside Golf, the four selling out, I think that definitely helped, and it elevated them in a sense, but also, having them collaborating with Jordan elevated them in a sense as well too. It kind of brought them to a different place that a lot of brands haven't been able to do. And so the hope is that seeing that brands like FootJoy, like Echo, they see these sort of this energy around it, and they start to collaborate and integrate that sort of culture into their products as well. Like find somebody from those communities that's in the design world, that's in the footwear world, and bring their perspective into their brands, not to recreate their brand, but to add on to their brand so that their products become a bigger in that space and allow for that audience to kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, those are dope. I mess with those.